Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mark from the States. How are we doing today? I am doing fantastic. I hope you are as well. Come sit with me, shall you? Today, heading back to Robslondon is the channel name. It is exploring London's pubs, which is a topic that, as you all know, I love. 10 pubs, 10 stories. This is part one, volume one. So we'll definitely be doing volume two down the road. But today, 10 pubs, 10 stories. A couple links below me, as always. One to the channel, one to this video. Please, I encourage you to go watch the video first, then come back and watch with me. Really important if you have one like and one subscription to give. I encourage you to go give it to Robslondon. I mean, I would love it on our channel as we're getting close to 10,000, which is quite the milestone for our channel, our little old channel. But I would prefer that you go and give it to Robslondon. Without the original content creators, we are kind of stuck in the water. We need them to learn and see wonderful things from. So it's important that you go and support them. He has given us his blessing for us to be able to watch his videos and his work. So let's go and support them. Okay. Like I said, we're about 30 or so away from 10,000. That's incredible. We were cruising for a while, and then it just kind of stopped, and then we lost a whole bunch, and then now we're cruising back up again. The whole algorithm thing, I have no idea how that even works. So it's all a matter of how many new people want to join our family, and they're all welcome. So it's kind of a cool thing. Anyway, let's get into today's video. You know I love pubs. I love the history of them. I love just everything about them. And of course, I like to have a cocktail too. So what more could I want out of these videos where you get to learn history and see these places? Hopefully when I get there, I'll be able to visit some of these. We'll be doing a new channel probably tomorrow. That also deals with pubs and histories of them. I'm excited to show you the new channel tomorrow. But today, this is London and 10 pubs. Let's get into it. That took me back. London Pub Tales.
Hello, and thanks for stopping by. Before we begin, I'd like to express my immense gratitude to all of you who've been supporting this channel over the past few months. I recently passed the 1,000 subscribers mark, and that, combined with the countless kind words that you've been sending, means so much to me. Thank you.
Congrats.
As a way of expressing my appreciation, I'd like now to take you all on a virtual pub tour. In this video, we'll be exploring 10 London pubs, all of which have a tale to tell. So cheers, and let's go.
The Hoop and Grapes, EC3. The Hoop and Grapes.
If you'd like an idea of how the city appeared before the Great Fire of London, then the Hoop and Grapes on Aldgate is a good place to head. This pub dates back to 1593 and is one of the few timber-framed buildings to have survived the mighty blaze, which erupted in early September 1666. The Hoop and Grapes was very lucky. Apparently, the flames fizzled out just 50 yards from its door.
The Lamb and I just love one of the things I love about the pubs are their names and the history of them as well. Just it as from an outsider, it just seems like random words thrown together. I mean, hoop and grapes, the lamb and flag, just beautiful.
One of Covent Garden's most atmospheric pubs is the Lamb and Flag, which can be found tucked away between Rose Street and Floor Street.
See, that's a cool place
In
there.
years gone by, its secretive location made the pub a popular venue for bare knuckle boxing, which led to it being rather gruesomely nicknamed the Bucket of Blood.
Because it's way out of the way, or
Another
what?
violent connection with the Lamb and Flag is marked by a round black and white plaque attached to the pub's brickwork. I'm not quite sure why I'd want to commemorate this, but the roundel details a brutal attack on the poet John Dryden, who was almost beaten to death outside the tavern on the
Oh my
19th of
gosh.
December 1679 by a bunch of goons, supposedly hired by the Earl of Rochester. Apparently, the Earl was infuriated by Dryden's recently published work, An Essay Upon Satire, in which the poet had slandered Rochester, saying, amongst other things, that he was mean in action, lewd in every limb, and that manners themselves are mischievous in him. Yep, those are fighting words for sure.
Wow. Sensitive. The old bull. Oh my gosh. The old bull and bush. This is
The Old
great.
Bull and Bush on North End Way, Hampstead, was once a popular destination for parties of cockneys who'd head
Love
out
the
on day
building.
trips in search of fresh air and pleasant surroundings. Intriguingly, the pub also lends its name to a tube station that never was. The station in
Hampstead.
question was pencilled in by the Charing Cross, Euston and Hampstead Railway, and construction on it commenced in 1903. However, the project was abandoned a few years later when the planned residential estate the station was earmarked to serve was scrapped. The works left behind a cavernous area on what's now the Northern Line between Golders Green and Hampstead, and if you know where to look, you can just about spot the void rush past whilst travelling between the two stations.
Oh, there you go.
Although the station was officially going to be called North End, the space, which forms the deepest part on the entire tube system, is colloquially known as Bull and Bush, after the pub above. In the 1950s, London Underground incorporated a nuclear shelter, complete with a heavy blast door, within the half-built station. The plan was that, from here, the network's floodgates would have been controlled in the event of an atomic attack.
Spaniards Inn. All right.
Sticking with Hampstead, the Spaniards Inn, on, surprise surprise, Spaniards Road, stands beside the site of one of London's former toll gates, which used to operate an early form of road pricing. The cash received from this enterprise all went into the Bishop of London's pockets. A nice little earner, I'd say.
Want to read this here? All right. Tollgate House, Spaniards Gate. This 18th century building was erected to collect tolls from those passing through the western entrance to the estates of the bishops of London. Interesting. Normally they have the year. I'm sure it's really old.
Although the booth closed in the 19th century, its legacy remains in the form of a narrow gap in the road, which traffic still struggles to squeeze through today.
Oh no. A bus.
The Spaniards Inn is also briefly mentioned in Bram Stoker's 1897 masterpiece, Dracula.
The Falcon.
Before the arrival of the railways, the area now covered by the sprawl of Clapham Junction used to be known as Falcon Bridge. This name was taken from a local pub, the Falcon.
Oh, look at that. That is cool looking. That just looks like a fun place to go. Wow. Love, love, love.
Still exists today. The first record of the Falcon can be traced back to 1733, and the current building dates from the 1880s. The Falcon is noted as having one of the longest continuous bars in the UK, and for a time it was considered the longest by the Guinness Book of Records.
Huh.
It's also claimed that the Dutch mind-twisting artist M.C. Escher had a hand in designing certain aspects of the Falcon's interior.
I want to go back just real quickly here. What is that machine right there? What is this here? Is it just like a coin, like a game machine? You can play games, or looks like some sort of touchscreen type game. It's not like gambling or anything like that. Play for, I can't read that. It's funny seeing these pubs, how old they are, and you know, steeped with history, and then they have these things just randomly inside. The Grenadier. I love it.
The Grenadier is one of London's trickiest to find pubs.
Kind of tucked away, isn't it?
In swanky Knightsbridge, tucked away at the end of Wilton Row. Built in 1720, the pub was once popular with the military and was used as an officer's mess.
Okay, makes sense
The
with the
Grenadier
name.
is also said to be one of the capital's most haunted pubs. The ghost in question being that of a young soldier named Cedric, who, one fateful evening, was caught cheating at cards. His mates, who were no doubt tanked up on ale and feeling rather insulted, proceeded to beat poor Cedric to death. Cedric's paranormal activities generally peak around September, the month he was
Yikes.
supposedly murdered, during which objects are shifted around, footsteps are heard in empty rooms, and, on the odd occasion, an eerie moan emanates from the cellar.
Love it. The King and Queen. All right. This is so... Oh,
The King
wow,
and
look
Queen
at that
pub
building.
on Foley Street, Fitzrovia, has a rather impressive musical claim to fame. For it was here, in December 1962, that a very young Bob Dylan played his first ever gig outside of the United States. A framed photograph taken of the event can be seen inside the pub, which still hosts live folk music today.
Love it. The One Tun?
The One Tun can be found on Saffron Hill, which, in the 19th century, was one of London's most
1759.
wretched slums.
Slums.
Back then, the River Fleet flowed above ground and its muddy banks ran nearby. Echoes of them can still be found today in the sloping back streets which stretch down towards Farringdon Road. The river is now subterranean, although you can still catch a whiff of its pungent aroma drifting up from the drains around these parts,
Oh, that's not
especially
good.
during the warmer months. It was in this locale that Charles Dickens placed Fagin's Den in his second novel, Oliver Twist. And the One Tun, which lies at the heart of this area, was the inspiration for the novel's fictional Three Cripples Tavern, which was frequented by the murderous housebreaker and all-round bad guy, Bill Sykes. Not the sort of bloke whose pint you'd want to spill.
Yeah, the dog's even cowering. Oh, poor dog.
As the One Tun was established in 1759, the pub was already pushing 80 years old when Dickens began writing Oliver Twist in the late 1830s.
Wow. The Town of Ramsgate.
Located in Wapping, the town of Ramsgate is a great place for enjoying a pint or two beside the River Thames, which laps behind the pub. There's been a tavern on this spot since the 1460s, and at one point it was called the Red Cow, which rather rudely was said to refer to the pub's barmaid.
Oh, no.
The pub's been known as the Town of Ramsgate since 1811, the name being a reference to fishermen from Ramsgate who'd opt to bring their catch to shore at the adjoining Wapping Stairs, rather than further along at Billingsgate Fish Market, where they'd be charged a pricey tax for the privilege. Most famously, it was here in 1688 that the notorious Judge Jeffreys was apprehended. Following an uprising in the West Country, in which rebels had attempted to overthrow King James II, Jeffreys had overseen a series of trials known as the Bloody Assizes, in which he sentenced 144 people to death.
Wow.
Later that year, Jeffreys' luck took a dive when the Glorious Revolution saw James II flee the country. Jeffreys decided to follow suit and go to Wapping Stairs, where he attempted to board a boat bound for Hamburg. Although reputedly disguised as a sailor, a group of locals recognised the notorious hanging judge outside the pub. They apprehended the tyrant and dragged him to the Tower of London, where he died of kidney disease the following year.
I just love that little tidbits of history. That's what makes these pubs so special, right? I mean, they're not going to be like major shifts in historical events, you know. They're just these little places, little pockets that all kind of weave into the way of life, and it's just stuff like that. It's just, I love it. The Windmill.
Built in 1971, the Windmill on Brixton's Blenheim Gardens is a relatively new pub compared
I was
to
going
the
to
other
say, it
businesses.
looks fairly...
Today it's a popular and welcoming live music venue which champions new and upcoming acts. The windmill from which this modern flat-roof tavern takes its name is of course Brixton's landmark windmill, which dates from 1816 and can be found in a park just across from the pub. When the area introduced its own currency, the Brixton pound, in 2008, the windmill, along with Van Gogh, who lived on Hackford Road as a young man, was depicted on the £20 note.
What? They had their own money?
The pub used to have a tough but lovable mascot, a Rottweiler called Ben, who was nicknamed the Roof Dog thanks to his favourite perch being up on the pub's flat top. Sadly, this much beloved old trooper passed away in 2015. Thanks for joining me on
So
this
that's
virtual
it.
tour of London's pubs.
There's a
I
part
hope
2.
you enjoyed it. This is volume 1. I already have another 10 taverns lined up, which I'll be presenting in the near future. Once again, thank you so much to all of you who've subscribed.
I love
Reaching the
this
1,000
channel.
mark has provided a real boost for the Robslondon channel, and I'll be working hard to get more videos out to you. If you haven't yet signed up, I'd appreciate it very much if you could please click the subscribe button, as this will ensure you don't miss out on any future content. Pressing the bell icon helps too, as this will send you a notification the moment I publish a new video. If you'd like more London related content in the meantime, please be sure to visit my website, robslondon.com.
there you
where you'll
go.
find more history and trivia. There's even a quiz or two to discover there. I also
Okay.
have a store on Etsy, Rob's Online Designs.
Wow,
where
Rob's
you can find
busy.
An array of London themed merchandise.
Love
Links
it.
in the description.
Please get over there. Apparently you can buy all kinds of things. Absolutely. Very cool. I have to say the best named one is definitely the old Bull and Bush. I love that one. I think aesthetically, I have to go with the Falcon. That looks pretty cool. And then the history, I'm digging what used to be called the Red Cow, if I remember. It's now, what was it called now? It's the Town of Ramsgate, I believe. With the hanging judge and this was really fun. I enjoyed it. I've got a thing with British pubs, man. So we will be doing volume 2. I think he goes a little more in depth. It's less pubs and he goes more in depth. So maybe these just don't have the. I'm sure they've got tons of history in each one. You could probably spend an hour talking about each one, but very cool. I loved the video. Please go and support Rob and his channel, Robslondon, over there. You can also buy merch, apparently, which is great. And he's got the website you can also go to. So I'll definitely be checking that out. And hopefully you will as well. Tomorrow, we'll also be doing a new channel that has to do with pubs and pub history as well, but it's not in London. So stick around. It's going to be, I believe, in Manchester. So stick around for that tomorrow. And what else is going on? That's about it, I guess. Just cruising through February. It's been incredible. Like I said, we're like at 9,970, I believe, at this moment. It kind of just ebbs and flows, But so crazy that we're so close to 10,000. I think that's a pretty cool milestone for our little channel. And you know what? It's all because of all of you. It's this channel, our family here, our channel is just not possible without all of you. So thank you so much to everyone who comes and hangs out with me. Still to this day, I'm still puzzled why you would want to hang out with me, but I am truly grateful. You guys are amazing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark.